Angeba Sojola here. In this video, we'll be basically discussing a cryptocurrency that is found under the ISO 20022 standard of regulations. This cryptocurrency is basically known as Quant, right? Or the actual token is known as QNT, right? And the actual network is known as the Quant network. Now, Quant is basically an enterprise ready open source platform. It's also a smart contract platform, right? That is basically designed, right, for interoperability and data exchanges between applications, blockchains, right, and ledgers. It is a secure cryptocurrency. It is scalable, right? And development can occur on any blockchain, right? You have something called a multi-chain applications that basically operate seamlessly across blockchains, ledgers, and other applications. Quant has no blockchain. Now, the Quant network fundamentally enables blockchains, ledgers, and applications to interact with and capitalize on the strengths of other ledgers, blockchains, and applications, right? And to harness their individual capabilities in such a way as to create projects or protocols, right, that are known as maps, which are basically multi-chain applications. Now, the Quant network is fundamentally an operating system, right? Something similar to Apple or Microsoft, right? Now, it is an operating system that basically focuses on something that is known as the Internet of Trust, right? The, the, the very important quality of interoperability, right? So it uses a similar protocol that the current internet uses, right? Basically known as the TCP stroke IP, right? The Transmission Control Protocol stroke the Internet Protocol. It also got API that would be accessible to the developers who want to develop on the Quant network. Quant network basically uses a protocol known as the over ledger protocol. Now, from just the sound of what it's called, right, you can deduct that it is something that oversees other ledgers, right, and applications and blockchains, right? Basically focusing on the element of the Internet of Trust, right? And basically making sure and focusing on interoperability between these ledgers, blockchains, and applications. Now, the Overledger protocol basically comes in 4 layers. It's made up of 4 layers. The first layer is basically known as the transaction layer, right? This is where adding, storing, and queuing of data from transactions in the network, right, are actually dealt with. Now, layer number 2 is basically known as the message layer. This is where basically data from the smart contracts are basically dealt with. The third layer is basically known as the filtering and order layer. This is the layer by which the various data from messages and transactions are filtered and ordered and basically sent and exchanged between the blockchains or the ledgers or the applications. And the fourth layer is basically known as the application layer. This is the layer by which messages and transactions are validated. Quant can be fundamentally used for number one, cross border payments. For example, the ECB, right, the European Central Bank, is basically looking into Quant on cross border payments across the EU, right, the European Union. Number two, it can be fundamentally used for identity management, things like KYC, know your customer, right, and ID verification. And number three, it can be used for supply chain management, right? It has the ability to have an end-to-end tracking system to manage, let's say, a product throughout the various stages of the value chain. And the fourth one is basically it has a quality or a feature, right, that renders it the ability to audit in real time. So anything that moves within the network, right, it can be audited real time. So this is great to deal with corruption issues. So the moment the funds move to a place that they are not supposed to go, it's detected, right? Rather than being detected at the end of the quarter after an auditing report has been produced, most probably about what, a quarter later, 3 months later. So with on that note, I don't think there's anything else, but if anything else come up, I'll make another video of Quant. But for now, I thank you for the opportunity and I'll see you in the next video.